thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs. The echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying or what's producing them.
What are you doing? Wait, really? You should investigate, see if someone's upstairs.
Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
Hello? Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
you hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The bear looks oddly realistic. Is it taxidermy? The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door. A gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun. The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door. A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate.
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge. I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must... The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen mag...
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Soif.
Some local miscreants, probably. There are tons of them running around in Martinez, ready to stir up trouble. We usually dispatch our junior officers to deal with them. It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
It's like the production schedule you found, only this one's an off-site copy.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here. That's a plausible hypothesis. I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away. Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest, but one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way. It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future. Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
A few bricks of two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby. Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one cable. This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it, turning the crank, feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar. No, this is going to need something else. Some kind of super pry bar. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in your inventory. From there, you can equip it to a held slot.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream. The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid simply won't. You see the pry bar's metal handle bending.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open. I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisite.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker. Only the red cape somewhere, a machine hums up. This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. Turning the crank feels oddly. Two cables. This orange machine. You slip your fingers under. No. If you
Equip the pry.
Two cables up, an electric sizzle. The room is slight. The beer's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge. Tiles on the cube are still smooth, like a smooth draw. The filament slides. The speaker comes to.
Good afternoon. Please repeat. Is this the... Thank you.
Tiles on the cube. The filament.
Hello, I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius. So what kind of dye are you looking for?
She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking. Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind? I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set. Unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shelves like stalagmites. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there. Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items.
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Creative.
When she arrived here, there was no room anywhere else. She must have known the other businesses.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow? All right, but it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex. You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East of the Commerce Central project. And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real? Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help?
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see. You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here. She has begun to idly clean one of her carving tools with a dirty kerchief, the tool's sharp edge shining in the light of her desk lamp.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind. I think I have just the right one for you. You're a police officer, right? Here, catch. They're a gift from me.
A beautiful woman tossing you a gift. Whatever you do, don't overthink it. Mr. Smooth moves. You snatch the dice out of the air with one hand, just like you're in a movie.
What are the odds? The red one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay, and the blue one is the inverse. Think of them as your lucky charm, officer.
She smiled at you. She smiled. You truly are Mr. Smooth Moves.
You definitely need luck in Martinez. Was there anything else? More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wire.
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet. That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, you could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center.
If the Whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the Dune commercial area. The darkness of this place is there, too.
Right. It used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient failure, before my time. I'm not surprised, however. My advice? Don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, florography, trick track.
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Are you sure it was Slipstream SEA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore. Oh, right. But did this person say anything? Tricentennial Electric? It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing a...
It was too real to be just a prank. Either we're dealing with a professional actress, or whatever happened, keep your cool. It's probably better to admit that it was a harmless prank.
A prank is more likely, no? Oh, the kids these days. They were... It can't... Are you sure it was Slipstream? It used...
It was... Whatever happened, keep your...
Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity. Why would Slipstream SEA have a 100-year-old recording as their door? I'm still convinced it was nothing.
My money is on electrical anomaly. I've heard of these, especially in an old building like this.
Sure, I'm listening. Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad. It's not about the haircut. It's about the confidence.
Me neither. I just want it off my face. It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's Boxing Club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime. A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was young. It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since. Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milias.
What's the snuff milieu?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. It's a sub-Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good.
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that, as if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators. You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs. Anything else? There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came. The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin, and you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supply, and, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. Really? Anyway. They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is. Sure, it's illegal, but it's not exactly anything extraordinary in business. Besides, Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still...
They were just props. Why return them? Maybe you could make a sword out of one. No, wait, forget it. It would take too long.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio. They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw...
That's understandable. Fantasies are serious things.
They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules. The usual, they ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time. Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the market... In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic, and to show up to work on time. Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
The result is 1 on a 20-sided die.
Anything else? Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Fritta does the same thing.
Oh, but they did. They did show up to work, and not alone. There were also acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the ice cream stand. And they already had the bear. The bear. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out. Eventually, Revachol ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glacé 5000. Glacé 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges. Maybe, because the taxidermist who made the bear definitely was. He said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. Called it Megatherion.
Sounds cool.
It's an imaginary beast that guides you by telling you to do more drugs, mostly. Very good. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
Little sparkling embers under the window.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I'm pretty sure it still does. Sure, I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What? I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else? Nothing really. I didn't know.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home. I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection.
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone. Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night,
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Yes?
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that... Yes? How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
I knew it. Oh, such horrors. But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity? A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep. I don't understand. If it's not her, then where...
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
Oh, how horrid! Tell me, did you find a way to break the curse? Of course. I trust my Seminese wards and charms kept you. All that matters is that the energies are retreating. I can already feel the curse lifting. It will be a long time until we're fully free of it, of course, but still. Thank you, officer. Truly, you've brought a better psycho-emanation to this humble bookstore, and that's no small achievement.
She so badly wants this to be over. She would have believed anything.
All right then. All's well that ends well. Should we
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Everything is on the shelves.
She smiles and nods.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more?
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. Cop habit. You look at it. This isn't case-related, you think. Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to the tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags, and then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry. The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south, must have been in a hurry.
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the...
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on.
Received.
Lieutenant Gitserag.
Officer, I have Sylvie. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you? You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly,
Why not?
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone. What? No, why would you even think that? Please, don't bring Gar into this. It's...
God, why can't you just mind your own business? She mutters.
I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again. No, not me. No, sorry. I don't. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Yeah, go on. Yes, I know who you are.
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important to you in the past. Don't go there again.
Oh,
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is.
please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your coat. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and you were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes.
Oh, those again. I have been trying to wean you off. You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend to shoot your brains out, off of that, people don't like that. I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall," painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains. Very nice visuals there. There is silence on the other end of the line.
Me neither. No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money. It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask. Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. I do hope so. Please don't call me again. Bye.
No, she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else she's angry about. Some other guy. Like Gart. You know women and their constant problems. Yeah, that's where you step in. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a spinster. What misogyny? I'm just telling things the way they are. Can't a man be honest in his own head? You have to act, Lieutenant Love. You have to calm that hysteric down. Tell it you've got everything under control. Then go and have a little boys' talk with God. Think you can do that, Lieutenant Love?
No. What? Oh God. Please, just stay out of my life.
What? What is it?
Call was terminated by the other party. Anything else, officer?
It's on. The love quest is on. Too late, everyone. It's on. Take it.
Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. Roger that. 10-10.
Kuno's got this!
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it.
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy, Kuno!
Can't talk, pig! Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid. I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Yeah, Kuno, ride the
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno!
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener. Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got.
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player dribbling fast.
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno!
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions. Like a cop.
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems...
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went. You heard Kuno? Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. I don't know. Some fucking... Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night...
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science.
Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Kuno didn't smoke the gimp, if that's what you meant.
Thanks, Kuno. That's one name you can now cross off the list.
Kuno's fuck gimp? Kuno uses the fuck gimp for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Kuno knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone. You're testing...
Get lost,
Kuno's Kuno, pig?
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Don't throw that book shit at Kuno. Kuno knows you're lying, trying to get Kuno hooked on the book.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help!
Help!
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before.
Help!
Escalate!
Pig's in here, Kuno! Somebody...
How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason.
Help! Misters, help! He's flashing Kuno! He's showing his genitals! If you don't help... No one? Kuno's doing this because he likes...
Help! The pig's gagging him!
You put him up to this yourself when you decided to talk to him in a...
Listen to your friend. Kuno owns the fat ass. Help! The RCM is trying... No!
The nearly psychopathic way they could slip in and out of the act implies you're not the first victim.
Fucking logical. Help! The logical pig is fiddling Kuno. Look.
For emphasis, a ghost is saying this.
I know you wanted to hit me. You got that. I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up. Look, the Kuno.
Relax. He can't read your mind. He doesn't know you were thinking that. There's a dead body, remember? That's what you were doing here. You're a cop on a case.
I know what you thought. I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up. I'm gonna shut that shit down. You're nothing. You're a joke to Kuno. Kuno laughs at you. King Kuno!
Kuno turned you into his prison, bitch! You're gonna be in this shit with Kuno!
No, you're not. We can just leave.
Bitch, you're gonna be in this shit with Kuno forever!
A peepo is a type of hat, by the way.
You don't talk to You don't know where I come from. You're just Kuno's bottom bitch.
Okay, Kuno is kind to his bitch. Ask your questions, but remember, this changes shit.
Click, 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 click.
The fuck about it?
Get lost.
Right, pig? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Yeah? The kid? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful.
Get your snout out of Kuno's ass. Kuno knows how hard Kuno pushes. You should give up, Popo.
You okay, Kuno?
That went wrong. He took it as a compliment. Then he had a minor seizure.
Kuno doesn't fuck.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, well, it is a container. Maybe you're prioritizing it.
We could try using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor carriage. Or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea. This trash container is locked. Force time isn't happening. You've jammed the pry bar under the lid, but it just isn't bending.
Let's ask the manager for the key. This is...
The worker is in a deep slump. You gently show.
Real mature, man. What is...
Damn, your feet thought we got away.
You know what? The stupid drinks you've had are on the house. Now, I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken... Don't thank me yet. You still owe me 100 Ray. Now, what the hell did you want? I assume you wanted something to come back here. Mine? No, it belongs to the...
Thank you for clearing that up.
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And...
I thought as much.
Well, yes. Us...
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
What do you need them?
It concerns the case.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. Absolutely.
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad... Your body is ready, sire.
What thing? Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later.
You glance at the clock on the wall behind the manager. Huh.
Was there something else? Because I have coasters to stack. What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the Whirling later.
Yes, have you got it? A lot. Like what? I was rarely enjoying talk. Another thing. Yes? God.
Oh, but he should be. Lay it on him. Of course you do. This was your plan all along. This is a...
Wonderful.
It is.
What? What does that mean? Cock carousel. God, does it mean you talk?
What else do you need? He looks at you, spinning your arm.
She broke the bird, you know. The great skewer. I should have known. It was her way of telling me to piss off.
Or you broke the bird. It can also be that. Yes, the bird is connected to this. It's a symbol of hope, and she broke it.
No, it was her. She's off to ride that carousel you told me about. Cock carousel. I understand now. They ride the cock carousel until the clock runs out. Here, have the rest. Now, let me have a drink and think about this shit for a moment.
And there we have it. By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place but you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. Why did you say that? You don't really know, do you? Something produced by the random firing of synapses doesn't sound like a place you can stay if you run out of money. Entertain the thought when you get the time. Maybe being a hobo and a cop has its advantages. A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his... As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only word... Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Goranci Quebec. Please, it's not funny. The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air. He smiles and bangs. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted. The man ponders his... You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. Its paint, the cobalt blue surface, old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined. The door does not budge.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? It is quite pretty. I suppose we could look in...
It's hardly a side investigation. You already have a name for it.
Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Can I help you? Another thing. Oh yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I'd be... Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old...
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing. He looks at the dust on his finger and wipes it off.
Yes?
This trash container is locked with a well-oiled crack. The lock pops open. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. Of course you should. This is your time. Just a feeling. A warning from some part of you.
No. We need to investigate.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Wow, an Armistice caliber 50 knock cannon, half wrapped in paper tissues. So shiny. It's a giant rifle, and it's very expensive. Not as expensive. And is that Cordon Electric's preamp with Electra F2 tubes? It is. That catches quite a price. We're talking 12,000. Easy. That's too bad, because none of those things are actually in there. There's just food waste and crisp wrappings. All you see is a broken mug with a racist depiction of the Yellow Man frolicking in saffron. Only in its... You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows. The methodology in your fingers. You're used to this. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse...
The victim's clothes? Cadaver inodor is faint. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them. The belt is missing. That's it.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears...
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib knit...
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force. Not really. All we know is...
The lieutenant nods. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your... What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly
Officer, is that your paperwork? Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Officer, this is an official piece of paperwork. It probably contains notes on numerous ongoing investigations, and could even list undercover operators.
Easier said than done. How could this pathetic cabbage of copy paper and plastic ever become? Challenge accepted. You should be on the lookout for stylistic elements that elevate this cabbage to heights unforeseeable. Good choice. Soggy carton and...
Officer, this is sensitive information. You need to take this seriously. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage? It was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's a metaphor for you. Thank you, waterlogged ledger, for spelling it out for us. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base, like the bits they put into public piss bowls, probably called Fermi discrete, or axle, or something. At some point in its journey, the ledger has seen the inside of a public toilet. Remember when I said the smell of the upstairs bathroom was so rank they should have sent a poet to describe it? Why, yes it is, among many other things. This cleaning tablet is used by the whirling in rags. Perhaps that's where the ledger was dropped in the toilet, by you. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the emboss. Something rattles inside, and something small inside. Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if the plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. Looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility outside the right circumstance.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine...
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved.
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have had lights designed to reveal halogen watermark.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol and covered in dense blue. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficient. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average. What do you mean? Is that all? There is, for precisely 1 more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It will do. The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang. He is not really saying anything, just standing there.
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash freehand, uncannily similar. Inspect the victims, interview the cafeteria. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry, and it feels good. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely...
No, actually. Any ideas? Furies. Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that refers. Could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal...
Yes. You know what that normal name is, but it's so...
Yes. I have to tell you, officer, I don't appreciate ironic titles. Other officers will have to use this as reference. They're not going to get it. They're going to think, an idiot... Okay, it's a good name, but it has something more concrete. Great! That's great! That's actually what I was thinking too. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out. Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. That's okay. We all do, sooner or later.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Others appear more lighthearted. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Yes, how very childish of you. In your and my defense, almost everyone in the RCM. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work.
Your secret is safe with the rotten cabbage of papers in your hand. Writing covers almost all the notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover. A molten strap of cardboard. Everything prior to this must have belonged to a previous volume. In short, there was more. You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. Arson, petty theft. You don't exactly close them. In the back, you see thin, translucent copy paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, these are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. All in a print so small it could be considered downright cute. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are, but they appear pleasantly vague. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for... The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700. The next world. It takes about half an hour to piece one together using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start? Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still. It takes about half an... Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of... The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned. The slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, without resistance or sound. 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. Two octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. It smells of chewing gum. A touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti. Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, a young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Throw it away, please. Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest. Down, Voyager. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around. Sparks fall like snow from... You feel the ledger. No. Hold on.
There is nothing. Again. Nothing sad, brother. No treachery. Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Here in the Paleomammalian, because it's always there.
Tell him.
Ah, yes. In the olfactory system, they call it the apricot chewing gum scented one. It didn't smell nice. It smelled like betrayal.
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape.
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on. Yeah, man. What was that about? You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
Yes, they're poor.
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket, the air is thick with
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself, as it
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body...
with greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water.
What happened? That does sometimes happen.
He replies with such understanding, it's as if the burnt-out ruins of the past were an...
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed? Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for...
It's the ledger you found in the trash. Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. The words just crossed your mind somehow. You see 2 ticket stubs and a handmade card. It's slightly, ever so slightly. It takes about half an hour to piece one together. Not much has changed. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps like a leopard waking from its sleep. Yawning and roar. The lights unfold with a little click, casting electric.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations. There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. The first row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all the way. You count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over. The last row has 3 That's it. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all. You catch a faint glimmer from a broken beer bottle in the distance.
Ah, Martinez at night. Let me see. Right here. Oh yes. Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt out. Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? Fair point. This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. Wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. Call it what you want. You are a valuable member. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, it's rare. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, but it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that. Yes.
The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go to nod.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page. To the right.
It's the ledger you found.
Can I help you? Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. The trash collection service? CSB?
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was... Thank you anyway.
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene. I think fugue states are more your forte, officer. Yes?
There are several footprints in the mud, left by heavy workers' boots with reinforced... Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
Maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. 1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 4. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46. You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the print. 5. Another standard work boot. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace. Same, impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped. You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. 8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? 200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say...
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
From here, the boot the victim wears...
It's bad. Very bad. Before you...
he appears to be wearing some kind of armored boots. I can't see any exotic prints here. Someone had to carry him. Are any of the other prints... Wind keeps changing. Are any of the prints deep enough in your opinion? Which ones? That's a tree. I think we're close to a conclusion here. Possibly, yes.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows. You have a point there. Anyway, it's something to consider. What else can you see? Interesting. Let's name it the odds. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer? No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a driver. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as... A woman? Or a kid? Understood. Anything else? A week, maybe? 7 days would...
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched the lieutenant's eye.
Either way. What?
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. I'm going away for a...
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody. I'm not...
You can still see the top of her hat from behind.
I'll die before I squeal, pig. Murder was... I'll die before I... What's this kid
Get the fuck out...
So it's a girl.
I'll die before... I come from the woods, good David.
Don't be chump.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay. It's okay to...
He's about to blow. Cop's gonna blow, Kuno.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The smell is repulsive. You feel a great force ringing from your stomach until a pool of vomit lies under your feet. The smell of Commodore Red rises from the pool. Among it, distilled spirit.
Keep it. The hangover is clearly making these worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. If you can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor. I can't handle the headache.
It's more likely he can handle the smell, unlike you.
That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts. If she doesn't have any, then...
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
inconspicuous pile of the roof. It's nothing. Glad you asked. When junior researcher Olari Tal invented Eternite in the Vatna Polytechnic Institute some 30-odd years ago, he thought it would last forever. Hence the name, Eternite. Because it's nice and orderly, well-laid pallets, rhythmic pattern, calms your mind. Mammals like this stuff.
Hello again, officer. How are things? Sure, I'm done with them. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
Can I help you?
The door is closed. This door, still, the lieutenant gives you a
Yes?
The tear machine. Your bottles clunk into the machine.
Right to work! Right to work! Honest men and women. We can't.
I have a quick.
You think they follow because I'm big?
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
The man looks at the...
But that's not you, officer. From back when you were not a cop, but a heavy-set... Highly unlikely. I've known John...
Now you're in a mess. The time hath not arrived. Sorry.
Oh, John's been out drinking himself blind again?
No. It will prove useful still. Believe your thieving finger.
Oh. Is my friend in some sort of trouble? Who knew?
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Are you admiring my morpho? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger, because you are not a threat to me. You have succumbed to Al. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick. Your mouth moves, but the one whose Occidental haplogroup B4.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a... You gave the world eugenics, electricity. You dominated. You will be superseded.
It is, baby, yeah.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Enough with this begging. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pull. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Meshached's race theory. He would take you as one of his own. The best idea. Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
The lieutenant looks toward.
You are obviously a liberal, Sayolite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from you. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you... Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite. A receding genetic pool has led them out on reprehensible street parades. In Mount, the Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina. The other large Mondial civilization. Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them as proven by the Maun and the Mesk. Occidental type A is in retrograde. The Simonese and the Areopagite are on the ascent. The Areopagites are the master race of the indigenous. The Areopagite, the latter, is perfected and adapting. Type B are the unheroic races.
The Khoikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Shest et al.
To an untrained eye, the Khoiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare. The Khoiko, the countless micronations.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
The Revacholians, halfway between...
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
The revolution came to Ravachol from enough of Tibet mediocrity. Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments, and lesser races like the Mesk.
It seems unlikely that 2 human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. The Khoiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when this will never happen. The Simonese and the Khoiko may have similar interbreeding problems as the but enough. It is cruel to entertain ourselves with the deformities of Type F. You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return to me. This clarity does not... I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Stop showing me your pathetic...
He had nothing to do with it.
Racists are generally not very good examples.
Welcome to Revachol. You hear him yell at a redhead woman. He must think redheads.
I am not like them. I am craniometric.
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree. His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also, his earlobes.
That atavistic stigmata makes pussy say yes, plenty.
Babe, thanks. But I got this. There is nothing... I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss. Oh, don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. Mr. Clare is a man also. To serve is noble. It takes discipline, jam, individualism. Offshoots of the Seminese people invented. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the... What you need is to come to terms with extinction and never...
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be the...
They're always...
Race is reality.
The man.
You are... The unpromising race pupil returns.
How did this happen? Your little fist is in it.
You must be out of your mind.
Your fist cracked.
The words to the song have changed. Say.
Your hand twists in his grip.
Good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic... The unpromising race pupil returns.
How did this happen?
You must be out of your mind, degenerate.
Hello again, my man. What's on your mind? Huh? The bosses, man. Dunno.
Are you trying to sneak up on me?
Apparently, she doesn't like people Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
Pig's come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out. Don't get fucking clever with me. Trying to sneak up.
Hey, up here, Piggo.
This.
I'm Cindy.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
Listen to your partner, Pigman. Keep your grubby hooves.
A brush? An artist? The red splatter is urban expression.
I ain't no snitch, Pigstein.
Actually,
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms.
That
Probably the Wild Pines rep.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that